Meanwhile, in stately Wayne Manor...
Greetings, Bat fans. I hope your weekend is off to a great start. Another episode of Build the Classic 1966 Batmobile is headed your way today on BrickScale Studio. Welcome back to BrickScale Studio. My name is Jeff. Thank you so much for joining me. So today we are doing another 2 issues. I don't know why I keep saying that. We always do 2 issues. But we're doing another 2 issues of the 1966 Classic Batmobile. Today's pretty exciting. We sort of start prepping the door jamb area. And then we get the top body section of the rear with the fins and everything on the scale model side. Very cool. And then even on the Lego side, we start working on the fins for the Lego model. So let's get into the build and then we can talk about it after.
And in the Batcave, deep below stately Wayne Manor...
Start with issue 91. Alright, so it looks like we're getting some pieces that we're going to attach to the frame section. Well, actually the body section, not the frame section, that we have been working on. Oh, and some springs. Good times, good times. Alright, and then that will be the end there. So, here's the parts pack for issue 91. So up here we have 2 kick panels. We have a left and right door lock cover, a left and right door lock bracket, and then we have door springs. We also have the door locks, and then we have some screws. So, let's see. It looks like the first thing we're doing, since there are springs and smaller parts in here, I'm kind of just going to leave this in the pack and we will pick them out as we need them. Looks like the first pieces we need are these kick panels. And one side is kind of textured and the other side is smooth. So let's bring back the frame. And let's see how they have this positioned. Okay, yeah, so these are going to go in with the texture side up, and they're just going to sit right in here, like so. And those are going in with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 of these little ZM screws. Let me see if I can grab these with this screwdriver. Oh yeah, no problem. All right, there's one side. All right, so those are in. Okay, now what we want to do is, all right, we want to flip this over like so. And let's see, 91C. All right, so we want this one. They are labeled. There is an L down in the bottom of this. So we want the left side first, and this is going in, which is probably going to be tough to see because it is black on black, but it's going in right here, like so, and we're holding it in with some AM screws. So let me see. All right, so that is one side in. That's a little tricky because this just sits on there and there's nothing underneath it, so you kind of have to support it while you're getting the screw in there. All right, so next, let's see about these door locks and springs. You know, if you remember the DeLorean build, springs were not our favorite thing to deal with. So we're taking the spring, we're putting it on here, and then, so I got that ready to go. And these are going in, of course, with different screws. These are going in with AP screws. So the problem is my lighting situation. It's like all the parts are black and it's in this little sort of cavity here. So there's just shadows everywhere. All right, so that is one side. So now let's see if we can get the other side on. All right, so now, see if we can get these last pieces in. All right. All right, so that is it for issue 91. So I'm not sure if you'll be able to see this, but basically it's created these little push spring-loaded for the doors, and I imagine that will, you know, allow them to catch when you close the doors. So that's it for issue 91. So I'm going to set this aside for the moment. Here is issue 92. All right, so it looks like we are getting the rear body panel, and we're going to be attaching that to the car. So let me move that aside. Another big piece here. All right, so this is the top of the fins. Like, oh my gosh, this is very cool looking. Again, I just kind of want to look at the paint really quick because I did see other YouTubers complaining that theirs was all chipped, and yeah, this looks great. So what we need to do is bring back this piece that we've been working on, and we're gonna turn this upside down, and then this is going to sit right on it like so. And that's going in with, oh my goodness, 12 cm screws. So let's get those going. All right, that is 12 cm screws. Ugh. So that is looking like that, and that is looking amazing. Yeah, this looks great. All right, that is the end of 92, And that is the end of the scale model side, so let's move on to the Lego side. All right, here we are on the Lego side. So last episode we did the windows and the siren and the rocket launchers. So it looks like we are going to be working on the fins. So we're going to be doing steps 290 through 296. And it's one of those sequence of steps where we build one side and then we just build another one. So we're building two of the same thing. So you'll see me building two in parallel here. So let's get going. All right, so that is through 296. So we've got two of these pieces here, and I'm sure they're going to be going along here at some point once we finish those, but that's it for the Lego side. All right, so to recap what we've done, let me just move this out of the way. So on the Lego side, we got the start of the two fins. And then on the scale model side, we got the lock mechanisms in, and then we got this whole section attached to the body. So this is coming along quite nicely. But that will do it for episode 46. How cool does that back section look with the fins? It looks so good. And I feel really lucky that my paint looks great. As I've mentioned in this episode and the previous one, I follow other YouTubers who are building, the same models that I'm building, and I saw a couple of them who have already done this section, and they, like I said, mentioned that their red trim paint was chipped and scratched in some places, and it didn't look very good. But thankfully, knock on wood, mine looked great, and hopefully future issues, everything will look good. But let's do our summary really quick. On the scale model side, 9 steps and 11 parts. On the Lego side, 12 steps and 20 parts. Total to date for the scale model, 412 steps and 521 parts. And on the Lego side, 676 steps and 1,662 parts. All right, so again, I'm kind of having that fear that we're going to finish the Lego model before we finish the scale model. And I guess if we do, we'll just keep going on the scale model side. Now, spoiler alert, for next week, we do run into a hiccup. So next week, we should be doing issues 93 and 94 in the scale model side. However, I'm missing issue 93 parts. When I got my parts pack shipment, I got the instruction magazine for issue 93, but I didn't get the parts. And it's the back window area. So I contacted Fanhome. They have parts on the way, so they should be here soon. So as soon as they come, we'll sort of backtrack and get those two issues, 93 and 94, done. Luckily, the way it worked out, we're fine skipping. Both 93 and 94 have to do with that rear window section. So we were able to skip those and move along. So in this episode, we sort of prepped the door jamb area. So that's what we're going to be moving on to next week. Instead of doing that back window area, we're going to be working on one of the doors. So definitely stay tuned for that. Also, if you have not already, hit the subscribe button. It's totally free. It just lets you know when new videos come out. We've got some cool Lego stuff coming up. We've got the new Lego modular for 2026, Shopping Street. We have the Goonies. We've got the Creel House from Stranger Things. We've also got some Batman stuff coming up, other Batman stuff, Batcave, and some wall art. So hit that subscribe button to get notified when those videos come out. Also, we are working toward, we just gave away a Star Wars AT-AT. set for reaching 500 subscribers. So one lucky person won a 1200 piece AT-AT set. And so, of course, we're headed toward our next milestone of 1,000 subscribers. And for that giveaway, you will win a brand new inbox sealed copy of the Endurance. Awesome set. I've already built it. The video's on the channel, so check that out. And hit that subscribe button. And of course, all the other things like comment, share. And until we see each other again, happy building, take care, be kind to each other, and I'll see you soon.